Everyone, and welcome to today's video. This is a B2 level grammar lesson. We're continuing our discussion of continuous verbs. Today we're going to be looking at the future perfect continuous, and here's an example. By 11 o'clock, I will have been traveling for 2 hours. So look at the picture. What is Leona doing now, and what will she be doing at 4 p.m.? So now at 10 a.m. she's listening to music, and at 4 p.m. she'll be reading a book. So now read the sentences and answer the questions. You can pause the video, try these on your own, or you can follow along as I read. Leona has been listening to music for 1 hour. At 4 p.m. she will have been reading for 2 hours. So what time did she start listening to music? Well, if it's now 10 a.m. and she has been listening for an hour, she started listening at 9 a.m. And what time will she start reading? Well, at 4 p.m., if she will have been reading for 2 hours, that means she'll start reading at 2 p.m. So we use the future perfect continuous to talk about an action that will start at one point in the future and still be in progress later. Since she started listening to music at 9 a.m., she is still listening to music now. She has been listening to music for 1 hour. She will start reading at 2 p.m. She will still be reading at 4 p.m. and she will have been reading for 2 hours at 4 p.m. So the sentence structure for the future perfect continuous is the subject plus will plus have plus been plus the ing verb. So I will have been playing, you will have been meeting, he will have been arriving, she will have been driving, it will have been happening, we will have been moving, and they will have been leaving. So now you can pause the video and try these on your own. You'll make full logical sentences using the sentence haves, and then you can restart the video when you're ready to check your answers. By the time we get to Los Angeles, we will have been flying for 5 hours. By the end of this semester, I will have been studying here for 2 years. He started at 5 p.m., so by 8 p.m., he will have been studying for 3 hours, and when she retires next year, she will have been teaching for 30 years. Now use the verbs in the future perfect continuous to complete the sentences. You can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So by the end of the year, I will have been teaching at this school for 3 years. By 2030, he will have been working as a doctor in this hospital for 10 years. By 10 p.m., we will have been studying for 3 hours, so we will take a break until 11 p.m. And when you arrive, he will have been cooking for 2 hours, so please help him to finish the dish. By 9 p.m., I will have been grading the exams for 4 hours. I think I will complete them by tomorrow morning. By tomorrow, she will have been practicing her violin concerto for 3 weeks, so I think she will be ready. By the time the astronauts reach the space station, they will have been traveling for 2 days. And this August, Austin and Jessica will have been living in Spain for 6 years. So now study the differences between the future perfect simple and the future perfect continuous. Future perfect simple. We use the future perfect simple to express an action that will be completed prior to or by some specified time. We often use accomplishment verbs like decide, solve, do with the simple tense. Future perfect continuous. We use the future perfect continuous to express an action that will continue into the future up to a specific time. The action may continue beyond the point in the sentence. So now read the sentences below and choose the correct options to complete the sentences. You can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So by the end of the year, he will have been studying medicine for 3 years, but he must continue to study for another 2 years to become a doctor. Don't worry, by the time you arrive home, I will have fixed the dishwasher. I'm on chapter 10 now, so I'm sure that I will have finished the book by tonight. By the time she lands in Paris, she will have been traveling for 12 hours nonstop. Helen will have practiced her speech 3 times by 10 a.m., so she will be ready for tomorrow. By the end of the week, I will have been painting this house for 2 weeks. By the time you arrive at the airport, Darcy will have been waiting for you for an hour. I just saw the weather report. By the end of the week, it will have been raining continuously for 10 days. And remember that we do not generally use state verbs in continuous tenses. For ongoing states, use the future perfect simple. So here's an example. Did you know, tomorrow we will have known each other for a year. Time flies by so quickly. So it would be incorrect to use the continuous with a state verb like know. So we will have been knowing each other is incorrect. In May, they will have been married for 20 years is the correct version, but you cannot say they will have been being married for 20 years. So read the information below and then make a suitable future perfect continuous sentence to answer the question. Sian will start studying at 2 p.m. She will continue studying until 5 p.m. How long will she have been studying at 4 p.m.? So at 4 p.m., she will have been studying for 2 hours. Ali will start working on his science project on May 3rd. He will continue working on it until May 8th. How long will he have been working on it on May 7th? On May 7th, Ali will have been working on his science project for 4 days. Marta will start living in New York City on April 10th this year. She will continue living in New York City until October 10th next year. How long will she have been living in New York on April 10th next year? On April 10th next year, she will have been living in New York for 1 year. And it will start snowing at 3 a.m. tomorrow. It will continue snowing until 11 p.m. tomorrow. And how long will it have been snowing at 6 p.m. tomorrow? By 6 p.m. tomorrow, it will have been snowing for, doing the math very quickly, that would be 15 hours, I believe, from 3 a.m. until 6 p.m. It's 15 hours. Now think about your life 5 years from now. What will you have done? What will you be doing and how long will you have been doing it? And here's a sample of the writing that we're going to ask you to do, so you can read through this sample. She says, in 5 years from now, I will have finished high school and started university. I will have been studying computer science for a year. By that time, I will have been studying English for over 10 years, so I hope I will have improved a lot. And then you can continue. She'll continue, and you can write something similar for your own life. And then here's some speaking if you have a speaking partner. So you would share your ideas from what you wrote and ask follow-up questions to find out more. And here's an example. In 5 years from now, I will have been studying English for over 10 years. And the other person says, really? I will have been studying English by about 6 years by then. And then perhaps they could ask each other some questions. So if you don't have someone to practice speaking with, you can always write a dialogue between two imaginary people or yourself and an imaginary person based on what you will have been doing 5 years from now. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, participate in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.